like there's no. I don't want to be cheesy and be like, oh, everybody's happy and getting together, because like that's. I don't believe that's possible. Like people vary and differ in such nuanced ways that it's. I just don't think it's feasible. Living off the land, going by the seasons, harvesting or foraging for mushrooms in the fall and using them in meals and, you know.
I would agree with that. I think it's very difficult to live in a harmonized way in today's world.
Oh, big time.
I guess that's why I asked you specifically what that looked like. Because it's not something that is easy to accomplish right now.
I'm not sure it's ever actually been achieved.
Maybe.
That's the real sign of end times is everybody getting along.
I'm trying to think of another question. I apologize.
No, you're good. I'm just sitting here waiting for the line at the bank to go away. Sorry, I'm not as controversial as the previous.
No, you're good. You're good. Go on, Missy.
I was gonna ask if you are Hellenistic, if you were like what type of pagan.
So, if I were to put a label, like an actual label on it, I would probably identify myself as an ancestral pagan. So I don't I don't only follow one pantheon or praise one pantheon or anything. I incorporate the beliefs of my genealogical history. So I know for a fact that I have German, Irish, Italian, Welsh, Scotch, some kind of Eastern European, potentially Poland, Austria, Slovenia, Slovakia. And so I don't like pick and choose. It's like all of those I merge into like one big calendar, I guess. Sorry, Susie. That's my bad.
Logically contradict in another one, would you still hold them to be accurate?
I don't think any writings about any deities are accurate at all because they're perceived through the human mind. And there is inherent bias in any written word, regardless of how objective you want to be.
Yeah, I'm kind of out of questions too. No pressure, Thrayle.
What benefit is your pagan belief to you? Is it just the harmony it brings to you, or is it the comfort of a ritual?
I actually really don't enjoy rituals very much. But it's the I would definitely say it's like the harmony that... It's the harmony itself that brings me comfort.
Is the harmony necessarily real, or is it your perception of harmony?
Oh, it's 100% my perception. 100%.
So for you, it's about a frame of mind that helps you accept your place and impact in your surroundings.
Yeah, I would say so. That makes sense.
Does it imply anything supernatural?
Specifically.
Your belief in general in the harmony of nature, or trying to be harmonious within it.
I don't think nature in and of itself is supernatural.
Mm-hmm.
However, I will say that Sorry, one more time?
Is your harmony with nature supernatural?
My perception of it is, but I have no proof.
Hmm. Is it more of a musing than a belief? Kind of like a thing you think about, but not really something you are firm on, that your perception is supernatural?
I'm pretty firm on that. I've been so a little bit of personal history. I have heard and see things. I've been seen by psychiatrists, but because they don't tell me to do bad things. But every single time I've heard a voice or seen something, it's and this very, but it's not necessarily like saved my life, but like saved me time or like brought up an issue that I didn't realize, that kind of thing, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I also, especially at like dawn and dusk, and this is where science comes into it. So forever, since I was a little child, I am able to see things in the dark, and especially at twilight. Growing up, I come to find out that I've had astigmatism my entire life, and that's why I was afraid of the dark as a child, was because my eyes could not adjust properly. However, even with glasses, I still see these shapes and figures. So I don't have an explanation for that, and doctors don't have an explanation for that.
You see. So you're saying you see shapes and figures constantly?
Not constantly, no.
From time to time?
Yes.
Daily?
Not daily, no.
So from time to time you see shapes and figures that seem to not really be there?
Yes. But like I said, been to a psych. They're not considered baneful hallucinations, or even hallucinations. At least that's what my psych said. I should probably get a second opinion, huh?
Possibly. It's interesting that they would use the word baneful.
No, that was my personal word. I couldn't remember the medical term.
Mm-hmm. They're saying that what's occurring to you is not in any way
Malicious, or not malicious. What the hell is the word? But you know what I'm trying to get at, yeah?
Yeah, that it's not...
No, not at all. At least I haven't experienced a disruption. And I saw a comment, sounds like floaters in the eyes. Nope, it's not floaters. I have those too, and they don't look like that.
Do you mind
Malignant.
if I ask a question?
That's the word.
Quickly?
Yeah, go ahead, Missy.
Yeah, so Is it possible that these figures and shapes could be hallucinations of some kind? And this is not coming from a place of judgment. I see
No.
figures and shapes myself. And so, what do you think that is a possibility? What do you think of
Oh,
it?
completely. It's completely possible. The reason I have never considered that they are, or like I've never been like, oh, this is dumb, I'm imagining it. The movement isn't quite right. And it's never like a full person, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's very similar for me, almost like a silhouette of a person.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But no, I'm like I said, and this is where the science comes in. Like I know my personal experience, but I also have the knowledge of like medical science and psychology and all the other kind of things. So I'm constantly not necessarily like questioning myself, but like, yeah.
Is there anything wrong with questioning yourself?
Never.
Good.
If you're not questioning yourself, how are you even living?
Overconfidently, probably. You leave room for the possibility that these experiences could be a product of your mind, though not
Absolutely
disruptive.
Yeah, no, I completely like, and that I think is overarching in my own belief. And it's because like a lot of people will say like, oh, you just pick a religion, you know, because like a lot of times I'll just say, oh, I'm an eclectic witch, instead of going into like the whole ancestral witch, blah blah blah, whatever the fuck. Damn it, I lost my train of thought. Sorry.
That's all right. I'm just hearing that you leave room for the possibility that what occurs in these instances could be product of your mind. You recognize that there may not be a supernatural.
I do.
Do you want it to be supernatural?
I would like to not hallucinate.
Yeah, that's fair.
at least like unwillingly.
Not,
I don't want to hallucinate unwillingly.
Oh, I feel you so much there. Oh my goodness, it's so true.
If you were to, normally I phrase it a little differently, but if you were to receive the information you needed to recognize all of this as products of your mind, everything having some reasonable scientific explanation, would that change the way that you live your life?
Probably not, to be honest. I enjoy living life the way that I do. Big thing in my personal belief is to just, I don't know, let other people do what they want to do, and as long as you're not bothering me or anybody else, just fuck it.
Natural and harmony of nature have to be what you imagine it to be for it to be meaningful.
No, not at all. Everybody perceives differently, which is why another belief that I have is everyone is right and everyone is wrong. So like there's no There's no one correct belief, if that makes sense. However, and this isn't in terms of morality, this is mostly in regards, well, I guess it is kind of morality, kind of, sort of.
It's kind of, sort of morality. What do you
Well,
mean
because
by that?
I mean, belief doesn't just direct morality, it also directs how you interact with your environment and other people. But that pretty much just boils down to morality.
Everybody's dropping like flies.
I see that.
They're running away from the morality. What is morality again?
I don't have a good definition for it, to be honest with you. I mean, in my mind, it's morality isn't just choosing the right thing, it's the choice on how to interact, on how to exist, I guess.
Is that something that you just decide yourself? Or is there some true morality we should all be using as a guide?
No. That's the other thing, is morality is a spectrum, and no one, I don't think any one particular person can be summed up by, I mean, I look at it kind of like D&D, with the whole, lawful, evil, etc. And it also boils down to personal circumstance.
Any more questions for you?
That's okay. I have to go into the bank now.
Oh, yeah, you've been waiting in line a while. So I appreciate you so much. Thank you for answering the questions openly and honestly. And I hope you keep asking questions. Maybe the next time we see you, you might have different answers. And who knows, maybe some of your own questions. But thank you, Morgan.
Quite possibly. Thank you, Thrayle.
Appreciate you. Take care. And if you, Morgan, or anybody else are interested in joining the community that we have built here, there's a Discord link in the link tree in my bio or in the Batcolyte's bio. Anyone is welcome to join. Just make sure that when you get there, you read the rules. Otherwise, it might look a little lonely. But if you can't agree to them, then you should find out that you're not alone. I wonder, do we have anybody with a belief in a god or gods, higher power, or any questioning their beliefs? Or is it about that time for a bad AI poem? Feels a hair on the early side. Then again, I probably could use the sleep one of these days. Well, thank you, Cat Father. I'm kind of partial to for a year and a month, just about. Um, it's changed shape just a little bit along the way, but for the most part, it always has been questioning, intended to be calm conversations, polite inquiries into not just what you believe and not just why you believe it, but really to dig into the possibility that you can question it, that anybody can. And it's been quite a ride. Oh, we do have a request. Look at that. Good morning, Philly.
What a year of questioning mermaid beliefs.
A whole year of questioning, believing that we've actually questioned.
Also,
Not even one, because the folk mermaid that the guy brought up, he didn't believe in it. So we have yet to have an actual.
also riddles. There used to be riddles.
There did used to be riddles. We did brain games and riddles and definitely been. We had different segments. Let's play a game. I remember that.
How has the
I didn't
life
always
been?
ask about God only.
No. Asked what is love? What is belief?
I did ask, what is love? What is a man?
That was some interesting conversations there.
What is a cult? Are you
Yeah.
in one?
Yeah. The mushroom cult.
The mushroom cult, I remember that. Claire says bring back the riddle. Everyone would start Googling all the riddles, and so all the riddles were told. we, to the point that we were just kind of rewording the same ones. Some of the brain games were fun, but I think we lost people with like the three aliens, the two-door problem, or I don't know if we did the one where there's three prisoners who can and there's like three prisoners who can see the backs of each other's heads and they can't. I don't know if we did that one.
If not that one, definitely ones like that.
Yeah, we did, and we the audience was small enough that it got kind of redundant. Hello, Miles. Can I get your age for TikTok TOS?
I'm 22 years old.
And do you have a belief in a god or gods, a higher power, or anything like
Yeah,
that?
yeah, I do. I I am Christian.
And have you read your Bible from beginning to end?
I'm working on it.
Do you believe the stories within it to be true and literal?
Yes, in two senses. Yes.
Yes. So you believe the 6-day creation, Adam and Eve in a garden.
Yeah.
Why?
I just feel for all of the explanations and different opinions on human creation, the one that hits the most through all of history is the most simple one, and it is Adam and Eve.
For you, that's a simple story.
Yeah. Well, it
And that
could be a
includes-
simple story if for a first reader, but the more you dive into it, the more potent it becomes.
Interesting. And for you, the 6-day creation is also true.
Yes, for me, yes.
So he creates everything in a particular order, right?
A perfect order, I would say, yeah.
The perfect order.
Yeah.
Which one is the perfect order? Is it the one he does in Genesis 1, or is it the order he does in Genesis 2?
Well, when I say perfect order is, in order to make the sea, he had to put life, or in order to put life into the sea, he had to make sea. In order to make
Which
livestock.
verse did he make the sea?
Well, I'd have to bring up my Bible, but when he separates the waters from the waters and creates the sea,
Day 2, so the firmament. So he does the light.
Well, day 2 was
firmament.
separating the waters from the waters, and then he gave life to the sea.
Gave life to the sea. What do you mean by that?
Well,
Did he make the animals on day 5?
I don't know what you're getting at here.
I don't know what you mean by gave life to the sea. Do you mean like he put the animals in it? Or is that...
Yeah, as God, yes.
So he made the sea on day 2. He did the plants on day 3, the sun and moon on day 4, the animals on day 5, and Adam and Eve on day 6.
That's pretty good order to me, yeah.
I see. Then why does he change the order in the 2nd chapter?
What
He says that before the plants, he makes a man, and then he makes the plants, and then he makes the animals, and then he makes a woman. How does he do that if he makes the man on day 5 with the plants for day 3? And now
I'm sure he doesn't. I need to bring up my Bible.
Okay. Which translation of the Bible do you read?
I have multiple.
You have multiple.
Yep.
Do you mean you use like a website, or you have multiple books?
I have multiple books, use websites, go back to
Which translation do you
ancient manuscripts. I'd prefer NIV personally, just because the committee it was made by.
The committee it was made by. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, there's a diverse denominational committee of scholars that made the NIV to take from the ancient manuscripts that date back from the old Hebrew's Latin, because they don't have any bias towards crown or politics, and that's why
Because they have no bias towards crown or politics. Are there no other more scholarly approaches to the Bible?
That's why I have multiple translations. If you ask a scholar that question, they're going to tell you to read multiple translations to get the absolute most out of what you're reading. But that's also a different conversation.
I see. So you prefer the NIV?
Yeah, I'd like to prefer the NIV for just basic everyday reading and preaching, if you will. But
if you're trying to understand nuances of the text, which translation would you prefer?
Probably the NIV.
Interesting.
But then you're going to have to study it too. Like, it's a double-edged sword. You can't just with translations and manuscripts and anything, if you want to study it with any ancient artifact or any manuscript that we've ever found, you're going to have to study it a ton.
I'm sorry, you have multiple translations. You have a preferential translation. Did you say at the beginning?
Well, yeah.
Did you say at the beginning of this conversation that you hadn't read all the way through yet?
Well, I haven't. You can read the Bible a million times and not read the Bible all the way through. But yeah, I'm still working. I'm still learning. There's a lot of history in there. I can go over it once and not read it fully and understand it. There's like a lot of information. It's literally history. So
why do you say it's
66
literally
books
history?
in there,
I'm sorry,
60,000.
you say it's literally history.
Yeah. Well, you're talking to a Christian. This is what I believe, right?
I wonder
But
if
if we
anyone
wanna-
has any questions.
Well, can we go down the questions you have on screen? I haven't been asked one yet. Well, other than what
I've
you
actually, we've been talking about the what you believe, and we ask the questions that we ask to shape the conversation.
enough.
The topic on the screen kind of gives you a broad sense of where we're going. But if Philly has a question.
I do. What has stopped you from having a complete read through thus far?
Nothing. I'm working on it. I've read through the New Testament. I'm working on the Old Testament to read it, like really read it, not just study it, but read it as in every story for its story. It's hard to explain because the book isn't a fictional story. It is historical facts.
It sounds like you begin with the assumption that it's fact before reading it to see if it's true.
Well,
is that fair?
With any non-believer, you're not believing in God, so that's how you're going to open up the Bible in the first place. But once you study into it, you learn.
Just to clarify, so someone with a neutral stance, not a belief God doesn't exist, and not a belief God
neutral
does.
Stance that God doesn't exist and not that God does.
I didn't say that.
Bible.
No,
I didn't say that. You just reworded what I said.
Oh, no, I'm just trying to
Completely
understand.
different.
Sorry.
So, just to clarify, are you saying that someone can't come at it with a neutral stance, not believing God doesn't and not believing God does exist, but just neutrally read it and come to understand whether or not God does or doesn't exist by reading?
Of course not.
Why
Of
not?
course you can open the Bible from a neutral stance. Why wouldn't you?
Can you come to understand if it is true or not by reading it?
Of course, yes.
Really? Just by reading it, can you tell
Yeah,
that it is true or not?
Yes.
How is that?
Well, that's a big question, but I can answer it in a few ways. With your questions on the screen. So we stated my belief. What do I believe? I guess that's already stated too. And the benefit of my belief and what is the cost. So when I opened the Bible for the first time, completely illiterate to what it says in the book, I would have called myself agnostic or the neutral person you're talking about. But there's context before I opened the Bible is I've looked everywhere. I've looked at science and then I saw the laws of the universe.
I'm sorry. You're not really
But there's
answering
context.
my question.
I will answer, but it's such a big question. You need to bring context of the human, like the personal experience.
Yeah,
to it.
I don't see how the context you brought is helping get us there.
Okay, well, I'm sorry for that, but if you want me to explain my personal beliefs, then that's what it's going to take. And how I came to God, I can't speak for other people. I don't know you, you don't know me, but this is how I opened my Bible up and I found it to change my life drastically and be true to me.
Because you'd looked everywhere, knew everything else, and
Obviously not.
okay.
Can I just pause this here? Miles, are you able to say what was the question that you were answering?
From a neutral perspective, when I open the Bible, what states to me that it is true? That was the question, no?
Can you give us the most convincing single thing?
Well, the resurrection of Jesus.
Okay, reading about the resurrection of Jesus and then thinking about it.
Yeah, first reading about the gospel, and then second understanding the gospel from a neutral perspective and how I see the gospel work in the world. And then understanding what I'm learning now is leading up to the gospel in the Old Testament and how there's like...
I'm sorry, seeing the gospel work in the world, what does that even mean?
Well, that's a whole nother question too, but so when... Do you believe in good and evil, free will?
What I believe doesn't
yeah,
matter and won't help you answer the question.
Well...
Are you capable of...
Absolutely.
Awesome.
That's what I came up.
Knowing mine won't make a difference in the exercise then.
All right. But where do we stand now? What do you have for question now?
I'm sorry, didn't I ask a question and you started to divert with another one? Do you remember the question that I asked that you avoided?
Right, the resurrection and what play does it have in today's world?
No,
I was going to ask you if you
said the
believe in good
gospel.
and evil or free will, but you don't want to answer that. It's fine. The gospel, right? But that's fine. For me, I'll just answer for me. Whatever. I don't know how you guys do this around here. I'm sorry. I was just trying to conversate. For me, I believe in good and evil, bad and good. I believe in free will. And the story of the resurrection I see portrayed in my everyday life. From when I make a decision, from all of Jesus' teachings, his parables, his truths, everything he said to his disciples leading up to the day he died on the cross.
Miles, you had said you've seen the gospel portrayed in everyday life, and I was asking you how. What I'm hearing you say, right, what I'm hearing you say is not how the gospel is portrayed, but how you apply teachings in decision making. Is that the gospel's being portrayed in the world around you to verify the truth of it?
In my life, yes.
Or is that you using teachings from a book? And how does that somehow verify the truth of the resurrection?
Well, the truth in the resurrection is your faith. Like you're not gonna believe the resurrection. The thing about seeking God is you're not trusting God. But you can seek God to start, but then you're gonna have to trust God. It ultimately comes.
Are you saying that? You're saying that no matter what happens, you'll have to blindly believe that.
Not
this
blindly,
is true?
no.
Then
For
what is
me,
it
I
that
genuinely
actually...
believe there's something there.
So
My
you're
core
saying
of
you
me hungers
you
for faith.
believe it, but what is it that you have seen that verifies it to be true?
What have I physically seen that verifies it for me to be true?
Yes.
The way it works in my life, my family's life, my friends'
I'm sorry, again,
people I
you're
don't know.
talking about the teachings from the book.
But that's how I see it portrayed to be true.
How does so you're saying that a story with teachings that you find beneficial?
That's what you are saying.
I'm trying to I'm trying to repeat this back using different words
Yeah,
to see
yeah,
if it fits, and you can tell me if it's not a fit after
for
I'm
sure.
done.
Okay.
Okay, so are you telling me that the story with teachings that are beneficial to you is true because the teachings are beneficial?
Not the teachings, but what it tells.
What,
The
what do you mean what
evidence
it
of
tells?
good and evil in the world, and how you can go about good and evil in the world using your free will, and how every single decision you make, good or evil, will
What is
portray a
good and
different
evil?
story in your life.
What is good and evil in the way you're using them?
To sit here and explain good and evil is
Let's start
division
with
for
good.
hours. Okay, so morality
I asked what
in
was
human
good.
beings, yes. There's a lot to this conversation.
Can you tell me what the meaning of the word good is? Let me clarify.
A good thing, a deed, a reason you have, a belief you have,
A deed,
a
a reason, a
feeling,
belief. Good is a reason, a deed, or a
but
belief.
it could be good or it could be evil. A
Oh,
good
I'm
thing
sorry.
is
Can you
like
help
me
me understand
helping
what the
out in
word
charity.
good means?
Yes, I'm trying to.
I'm sorry.
Good.
Can we back up just a little bit? You're giving me examples and sort of poetry. I'm looking for more like a definition. What do you mean by good?
Me giving to charity. Definition
You
of good.
giving to charity, that would be
Sure.
a
That could be a
definition or
good
an
thing.
example. Is that a
An
definition?
example.
Okay, so can you give me a
Well, what do you want from a
definition?
definition of good? Like,
Right,
just
that would be a description of how the word is being used, how it applies, what its meaning is. What is good?
I don't know. You tell me.
I don't know. You're the one using it as a basis on how you to verify that the resurrection happened. So if I apply a definition of good here, then that it might change how I verify that the resurrection happened based on whatever connection it is that you're making that still
Yeah,
doesn't make any
I would
sense.
say something that aligns with being morally right would be a proper definition of good.
Moral. What is moral?
Morality is a human, or not. It's moral is universal. It's a
Universal.
yeah. Moral is definitely universal. Morality is universal.
It sounds like a whole new discussion since we don't know what morality is. I don't know what it is that's universal. What is it you're saying morality is? I wonder if he's Googling the definition of morality or the definition of universality.
No, I was looking for the best example of morality.
Why when I keep asking for definitions, do you try to find examples?
Well, because they're very loaded questions. It's hard.
Is asking you to define the word you're using a loaded question? Wouldn't it be more loaded if I was trying to insert my own definitions?
No, I don't.
Oh, so I should insert my own definitions of good and morality into what you're saying, so
If
that
you
I
want
can
to, because
understand
it
it
is
my own
universal.
way instead of what you're
It's
saying.
universal. If you want
Well,
to.
see, that would cause a conflict right there, because if I were to apply some other understanding of morality that was perhaps subjective, not universal, but independent.
What kind of all
dependent.
is
I'm sorry, you got to stop interrupting me. If I were to apply a morality standard that was subjective, dependent on stance or opinion, mind, something like that, then that would change the meaning of what you're saying, wouldn't it?
No.
Okay, so good according to Jeffrey Dahmer circa
That's when it's universal.
1976 or so, or whatever year he did that shit. That would be a universal good that he had.
In his mind, he did it. I don't know. I can't
Say that name. Why would you? I didn't say that name at all.
I don't. All right, forgive me. What did you say?
Are you actually participating in this conversation?
Yeah,
or just
I am.
kind of waiting
I'm just
for your.
confused. I'm a little confused now.
Why are you confused?
I'm just confused on where you're asking your questions from.
It's in big bold.
Frustrating.
It's in big bold print on the screen, Miles. I think I'm gonna take just a breather here while Slippy asks you a question or two. Good morning, Slippy.
Good morning. What's up, Sleepy?
What up, Miles? I am curious. So you said, perhaps, and stop me if I'm wrong, the resurrection that you read about, you see evidence of that in your life, and that's how you know that it's true?
I think I meant to say the whole gospel leading up to the resurrection. Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Do you see any fictional media represented kind of like in your life, or maybe significant similarities,
Like,
or
explain.
even
What do you
things that
mean?
people live by?
Like-
Like playwrights or showrunners often depict concepts of like good and evil and morality, but I wouldn't necessarily say something like, I don't know, Breaking Bad is true, even if it like depicts like morality, and I can like see
I see what you're saying.
that lived in my life. So I guess like, what's the difference between that, like Breaking Bad or Romeo and Juliet, and the gospel for you?
Well, that's the big question, right? Is when you bring God into it, it's a whole different question than a Netflix show. But I get what you're saying for sure. But reading through the whole gospel, I guess I could answer it with the love and the. Yeah, I guess the best way to answer it would be love.
Are you familiar with like the character Steven Universe? Like
Education.
that's I don't know, a loving figure, morality. There's love involved in its creation, and the story is used to tell the story of love.
Are you familiar with God?
Yeah. Well, I'm acquainted, but I guess I wouldn't say that like, even though I see love
Then
in
what
this
is
media,
love?
that it's real,
What is context?
or that this media is real. It might tell me something or help me understand it. But
Right, but what is love and what is consciousness?
He's in a reversing you, Slippy.
No, this is good conversation. I was enjoying that part. This is how we bounce ideas off each other as humans.
Yeah,
We're
but
reversing
here's
conversation.
Miles, sorry. Can you read the big bold print on the screen, please, for me?
Yeah, I see.
Can you read the big bold print on the screen for me, please?
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that, but I see I'm mistaken here. Coming in here, I thought we could more diversely conversate. That's fine. I respect what you guys are doing, absolutely.
All right.
But I'm ahead of. It's just,
Yeah,
it's not.
You go ahead and take your passive aggression somewhere else. He's got the universal moral high ground.
I wonder if reading it out loud was frightening.
It is frightening. I don't see why he wants to twist questions back in order to turn them into arguments or victories rather than actually questioning their beliefs, which could, if true, bolster them. Well, holy shit, it's a wild hammy. Good morning, Hammy.
Good morning, Thrayle. How's it going?
Oh, just getting the weather ready for you.
I hear that, and I'm not too happy with you about that, right?
Well, it's not really my fault. We had a guest earlier who manifests weather, so absolutely blame him.
So I blame them. Okay.
To be fair, the storm was here before the guest, but happens.
Oh, it doesn't matter. He says he can manifest weather, so I'm going to assume that he manifested the weather up there.
They said he did it on a Facebook Live once, so I assume he probably could have done this. I mean, butterfly effect and everything.
Oh, Huggy, you didn't miss me. I'm up here right now.
So how have you been, Hammy?
I've been doing good. I've been watching a lot of D&D campaigns because they get addicting.
They are very addicting. And unfortunately, generally, 3 to 5 hours an episode. So,
yeah.
A little more time than I have for entertainment these days.
Yeah, and so I've been watching. I watched both Crown of Candy and The Ravening War, and those were very, very time consuming.
I imagine so. I do need to really quick make sure that I thank Claire, Philly Red, Shannon, also Gabby, Cat the Witch, and Amoria. Thank you all so much for helping with the goal. The rain is extra loud again. That's always great.
I will say it was very cloudy here on my way to the house, and so I can only assume that either sometime later today or tomorrow it will start raining.
Yeah, that may or may not happen for you, but I hope for you that it is less noisy than this, because this has been going pretty much the entire life, and we're at 9 hours, so...
I was just gonna say, I find it hard to define things. I'm wondering if that is a belief that can be questioned. Maybe that things that you experience are maybe impossible to define.
There's the idea that as soon as I describe something, I'm not giving you, the thing. I'm giving you a description of the thing. And even that description can always be improved upon. And will never fully represent the thing. Because if it could, then it would be the thing.
I think that has to do with the fact that language and how it works is the fact that nothing can, like even definitions, they are are sometimes ill-defined meanings because it's using common usage of the term rather than being a strict definition of something. So it's usually, people will be like, as solidified as like a tree, right? It may not encompass certain things that are trees, even though like basically it'd be like a tree that's not covered under the definition you'll find in your dictionary or anything like that, and it's just going to be a flat out, you'd be like, well, then that means it's not a tree, right? It's like, well, no, it is a tree, but it's just because definitions are just based on common usage.
Amen.
What is the definition of amen?
Well, it's a plural of man.
That hail is insane. Wow.
It is really bad.
My understanding.
Huzzah!
Yeah, I didn't catch that.
So mote it be.
So mote it be.
Make it so.
With the little Picard directive hand motion.
Precisely.
I see you, Hammy.
Look, I just re-upped my Paramount, so pretty soon Star Trek is going to be taking up all my time.
Live long and prosper.
And boldly go where no men have gone before.
We could probably update that phrase.
I know, it's very outdated. Boldly go where no people have gone before.
It doesn't have quite the same punch to it, does it?
No, it doesn't. Boldly go where no man, women, people have gone before.
Boldly go where no one has gone before.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for people kind.
If you are of the people kind and have a belief in a god, God's higher power, mermaid, or anything of the like, and are willing to be questioned respectfully, please request up and save us from our whatever this is.
Sheikh Zulu, it'd be boldly go where no thems have gone before.
Is that better? Can you hear me again?
We can, but of course, the rain is still
Of
very
course,
loud.
there's still the rain, yeah. It's so bad.
I like the sound a lot, but it just kind of drowns out your words.
Yeah, it really does.
One of my favorite sounds as a kid was the sound of rain coming from kilometers away across tin roofs You could hear it getting closer and closer.
What is that in real people units?
Miles?
Yes.
Oh, wait, that was the last guest.
I need to know what that is in freedom units.
Freedom units is such an obnoxious term.
I'm going to come up with a better term for it for the American, for saying, haha, I'm American and I'm dumb.
Oh, is that what that indicates? Well,
Usually.
keep using freedom units if that's what that indicates, because I'll just giggle every time.
I had bought the Jesus allegory books.
What Jesus allegory books?
The
And before you
Chronicles of
answer,
Narnia.
I was going to say, before you answer, if you believe in Jesus or any other god, gods, goddess, higher power, mermaid. Okay, sorry, Chronicles of Narnia.
Yeah, I bought them.
Have you ever read them before?
Absolutely. I read them back when I was in high school.
Well, I read them when I was in junior high.
Well, I read The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe when I was like in 7th or 8th grade. But then I got the full set whenever I was in high school. And I've lost that copy. And so I was at Walmart the other day and I saw it. And it has this pretty colored map on the inside of the hardcover. And so I was like, oh, I must have that. Because I'm an adult and I can spend my money how I want to because
I have my mother's copy of the series from when she was a little girl. So that's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Did you know, Hammy, that in the conversation that I had here on TikTok that really broke open and accelerated my deconstruction process, I talked about the Lion, oh, not the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I talked about the Chronicles of Narnia series.
Did you really?
I did, because the theology that C.S. Lewis presents is much more accepting and universal.
Palatable.
Much more palatable than much of the theology that I grew up with. And I had adopted that theology into my thinking, not necessarily consciously, but as I was grasping for no, I don't have to let go of this, because I didn't intend to deconstruct. That's
Yeah. C.S. Lewis's theology, at least presented through the Chronicles of Narnia, was something that was very much more palatable because he focused mainly on the love and the acceptance of, in the story, of course, Aslan. But he didn't focus too much on hell and the brimstone and fire that I grew up with, being a Baptist. We still preached a lot of the love and acceptance and stuff like that, but the underpinning of it, like the eternal beneath it. So it was one of those, like, love everybody, love your gay family members and friends and stuff like that, but ultimately know that their chosen lifestyle is going to send them to burn for eternity in hell. And it's one of those things that like they didn't tell you to go and evangelize or preach to them, but they made you want to convert them to Christianity, even though they could have been Christians, and that they still, they just, they know that this is who they were, and that this isn't a lifestyle. It's just, how they are, and they just accepted it, and it made you want to just preach at them and get them to see.
I wonder if Thrayle sees the guest request.
I did know that.
Okay. And while that's being addressed, Hemi, have you ever read C.S. Lewis's Space Trilogy? Because there's theology in there that I also really took to heart.
I haven't, and I should find them and pick it up.
Paralandra, the second book in the series especially. Hello, Bone and Branch.
Can we get your age for TikTok TOS, Bone?
I was sitting here just listening. I love listening to the conversation here in this room, and I didn't realize it actually hit to join. I'm so sorry. I'm actually stocking my farm stand.
No worries.
Food pantry. Yeah, I turned it into a food pantry for my community, and I must have hit it. But I love the conversation here. I'm sorry.
No worries. I appreciate you. I'll set you back down to the comments. But thank you so much.
I mean, I like having the conversations, but for a mistaken request up, that was a lovely, lovely thing to hear. Setting up the farm stand and taking a picture for the community and enjoying listening to the conversations in this room.
Well, Bone, I hope that you have a lot of good people to come out there to either help out or to who are in need can come.
Quigley Wyatt in the chat says, wait, come back, I need veggies.
But if your veggies are Jesus Christ and God Almighty,
that was terrible.
Okay, fine then. Here we go. If your favorite veggies come from VeggieTales, which is a Christian, and we can discuss your beliefs in God and whatnot.
That was much more successful.
We are all about questioning the whatnot.
Of course, we need to question the whatnot.
The whatnot.
Oh?
Yeah, that's like a thing. They, as depicted, I think they're not allowed to go to heaven.
Look, I just need to know where Larry's hairbrush is.
Right? Why don't I get a water buffalo?
I have a meme saved it to my phone with Larry that it says, sometimes it's not our turn to talk.
That's cute. That's so cute. We are losing so many viewers. So we really need somebody with a God belief.
Oh yeah, you guys completely decimated the viewers. I blame you, not me. It's not my fault.
No.
Turn my mic back on.
We're not doing you a favor here by making sure that it's not dead air or anything.
I
somehow
never watched
assimilates me.
VeggieTales, so it was unsettling the first time I came across it. And I wasn't raised Christian, and yet somehow I knew that it was that, and it was it left a sour taste.
With one of the guys who created VeggieTales on Twitter once.
My understanding is there's been some deconstruction there.
Somewhat. Vic, I think, is the guy's name, if I'm remembering correctly. He believes still in God, but it's not as devout as it used to be. At least the last time that I remember, whenever he was making his rounds on Twitter, because somebody was bringing up VeggieTales and he jumped in and was talking about his belief in God and how I think at that time, and take a word with a grain of salt because this was several years ago, but at that time he was still a believer in God, but it just wasn't as devout as it was whenever he was working.
Well, why don't we tap up the likes, share out the live. If you have some coins, you can gift the panel or the host. Meet that gift goal. Oh, live goal has been achieved. But do the things that can help bring in some new faces, new listeners who might be willing, be brave enough to have their God belief questioned. Oh, that's interesting. On my screen, it says that the live goal has been reached, but Thrayle just...
It's happened to a few other people. They said, reset your goal, and it was only halfway through, so sometimes you just gotta pin it, I guess. That is a good question. Maybe somebody didn't update their TikTok app, or maybe their country holds back those updates.
Good morning.
Good morning, Candace. How are you?
I am okay. Today's been a weird morning, but I'm okay. How about you guys?
It's weird morning indeed.
What is that in the background, Thrayle?
Rain on a metal roof.
Oh, I love it.
It would be great if it didn't keep intensifying and drowning me out.
Mm-hmm.
We could just sit here and listen to the rain.
We could just listen to the rain. I could leave the mic open.
Hey, Candace, hi. I've seen you on some other lives. I'm a huge fan.
Ooh, thank you. I didn't know that we had fans, but wonderful.
Yeah, well, I'm one.
Thank you, hon.
Yeah, apparently it happens when you speak in public. People like it, and then they tell you they like it.
Yeah.
It's kind of neat.
Yeah, it is cool. It is cool. Although, yeah.
Oh yeah, there's another side to that. Yeah. It's usually louder.
I never been told that somebody was a fan of mine, but I have had people say some kind words, which I do enjoy.
I'm a fan of you, Hammy.
Well, thank you, Philly.
Yeah, I'm a fan of you.
Hammy, you have literally been deified on this panel before. What do you mean nobody's told you you're a fan? I feel like you're fishing.
Oh my god, I actually almost forgot about that. I'm not gonna lie. Never mind, I take it back.
Ham fishing for fans.
Would that mean I was hamming it up for fans?
Yeah, I was letting you do.
Good one. If you do not follow Hammy, click that little plus button right next to Hammy's name, and you will be able to see Hammy anywhere that he is live on TikTok.
And you'll be extremely disappointed.
Unless you like cheesy jokes.
And if you are a fan of any gods or higher powers, come on up.
I love it. I love.
No, go ahead, Hammy.
I was just gonna say I love the fact that this cheesy segues are catching on.
Yes. Good job, Slippy. That made me happy.
No, where did Thrayle go?
Oh,
It happens from time to time. He'll be back up on the panel. He's still here in the Batcolyte version, but the Thrayle account, especially whenever it gets to raining pretty bad, he sometimes will slip off the panel and be right back as soon as he can.
I see.
it's when we get to start being even more unhinged. When the cat's away, the mice play kind of thing.
And then he just comes up on the Batcolyte account like, nope, no.
It's when we start planning our worship.
Oh, hello, Thrayle.
Don't worry, we didn't do anything bad.
But I believe that. I might have to question that. But
Thrayle, if you had followers, if there were people that worshipped you, what would you want them to look like? What would you want them to be like?
He's also been deified on this very panel.
Yeah, I'm a Scottish witch god. So apparently my followers have Scottish accents.
Oh, I like that.
The same people who deified him deified me too.
He's the god of ham or bacon.
Yep.
Like that.
God
Who
of
are these
bacon.
people? Because I want to be deified.
You know them. Crows.
Ah.
Yeah, there was some deification apparently discussed. I don't know if that's actually in practice. So I would definitely question it.
It was whenever the panel kept bringing up the subject of the egregores, and I jokingly brought up the fact that I was like, well, I'm the god of bacon in some Discord server that I'm in, and just bringing up the joke, and then I was like, so would that, if you started believing in me, and would that then make me a god? And they just did it right there on panel, and I was like, oh no.
If Seven Lemons was a deity, he would require worship via baked goods. What kind of baked good? And is that worship or is that offering? And are they the same? Yes, Hazelnut. That's probably where we're gonna have to go.
maybe the
foresee a
fastest. Do you
question.
believe in good or evil in the West?
The tables have turned. The Uno has been reversoed.
Thrayle, do you believe in good or evil?
What is good?
Don't let him turn it around on you, base God Slippy.
Yeah.
That's it. Just
What is your definition of good, Thrayle?
my definition of good? I don't know that I necessarily have one. If I'm left right now to kind of use one, I would say that which fosters or that which is beneficial. Fuck, that's an ugly definition.
Would you like me to throw you a
is
bone?
the ability to do joy.
Wait. I have to know. Was that a goat?
Was what a goat.
Was there a goat sound?
No. I have no idea what you heard. If there was a goat, maybe. There are goats nearby.
Where would you like me to kind of help you define good?
Good is, I mean, like, yeah, what is your definition of good? And I'll tell you if I believe in it.
I tend to use the definition of good to be that which maximizes well-being while promoting the lesser that which maximizes well-being while minimizing harm.
Maximizing well-being while minimizing harm. That sounds rather extreme, right? Maximizing well-being.
Yeah, I mean, because the thing is
So
that
if it doesn't maximize well-being, but bolsters it,
that bolstering well-being would be still part of it.
so maybe not maximizing, just bolstering.
Bolstering well-being, yeah, bolstering well-being while minimizing, or while taking the least amount of harm.
I mean, I could work with that definition. It sounds like it could still use some refining, but something to work with.
Yeah, it's something to work with.
Do I believe in good and evil? With that definition of good, what does it mean to believe in it? Do I believe that that exists? That good is an extant concept?
Slippy, this was your question.
Yeah,
So yeah,
exactly.
when you're asking, is good an excellent concept? If we decide it is, like Hammy and I just did.
Yeah, exactly that. That exists. The ability to bolster.
Well,
Sure, and we could work an antithesis out and call that evil, if that suits.
Yeah,
But,
bolstering
yeah,
harm while minimizing well-being.
Right, we could do something like that, and call that good and call that evil, and we could say we believe those concepts exist as the concept we defined. But is that to say that there is some inherent good that exists, and some inherent bad that exists, or evil that exists? As Insomnia says in the comments, it's all going to boil back down to semantics.
But the thing is that do you the follow-up question to Slippy's would be that Repeat what you just said, real quick, because I had it, then it slipped out of
About
my
it
head.
boiling back down to semantics.
No, before that.
But it's something that we agree on as a concept, and the concept that we agree on exists as a concept.
Yeah. So would you say that that is true?
That a concept exists as a concept.
Yeah, that specific concept exists as the concept.
I mean, we just decided on it, so as long as we agree it exists as that, then we agreed.
So is that a long way of saying yes?
Again, it's semantic, and the technicalities are for a reason. Like you're saying, does it exist? Because we agreed that the concept is this, then that concept is a concept.
Do you think concepts exist?
Insofar as they are concepts.
What Bible translation do you use, Thrayle?
What Bible translation do I use? I like the NRSVUE, but I have to reference many in these conversations.
Even sometimes people only use the King James.
I'm learning to become more annoyed when people say NIV.
Yeah, that one's not a bad translation. It's not a great one, but it's not a bad one.
Which one's the worst one, do you guys think?
KJ.
King James.
I can't stand NIV anymore. I like the NASB.
I'll have to take a look at that one.
So whenever it comes to the King James, like the only reason why I liked it was because of the fact that it helped me understand like Shakespearean English. I think that's Middle English, a bit better. So that way, like whenever I was in high school and I was reading the plays and stuff, like I could understand what Shakespeare was saying in his native tongue easier than a lot of the other people around me who had to read the more modern English version. I was reading straight from the Middle English. But as far as like translation goes, to me, that's one of the, if not the worst translation. Unless I want to count my relative's translation of the Bible verse about the easier for a camel to fit through the eye of a needle than a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven.
Do we actually have a request? But good morning, Hazel.
Good morning.
I don't know if this guest is actually loading in.
Hi, Hazel. Hello, Mother.
Jeffrey, if you'd like to request back up, you can, but you're not connecting. How are you doing, Hazel?
I'm pretty good. I had a question about this evil stuff, or like good and evil. But so if evil is caused in determinism, because I think you work with a deterministic framework, then
To say I work with the deterministic framework, I mean, I understand it, and I think it's likely. But
so you believe
okay, we'll settle with that.
it's likely caused. Is that better?
It's likely things are determined by priors, yeah.
Okay. So then, is justice about safety or blame?
That's actually a really good question.
Thank you.
I want to say it's about safety, but I honestly don't know.
Yeah. I think that's a good answer, as always. I love I don't knows.
I don't know. I feel like I don't know sounds a lot better coming out of the guests' mouths. But when I say it, it feels like a cop-out.
Well,
but I should utilize it because I really don't. I don't know. Since I'm not a firm advocate of hard determinism, despite my likely acceptance of it, I don't have a framework of what justice's utility really is, other than perhaps deterrent, which would, of course, influence the outcomes of other people's deterministic patterns, and then also to add to the safety and prevent recurrences.
what's more productive, to blame or to prevent?
Prevent.
In opposition, what about the benefits of a revenge arc? The inciting incident causing somebody to grow while seeking revenge, whether or not they take it. If you prevent it, they'll never grow from it.
I'm sorry, are you trying to say that Batman's a good thing?
Yes.
And blasphemy, absolute Waynian heresy.
I'm gonna need you to not throw.
Is Batman not resilient?
Batman is a criminal and an oligarch. With the funds to actually help the society in which he beats up disenfranchised henchmen.
Okay, which translation are you using?
That was amazing.
Because in my text here, it says he actually pays for all of their medical bills and then hires them afterwards.
Really?
The thugs that he beats up.
He has a henchman rehabilitation program.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
And you know,
which chapter and verse is that?
We need, I think it was in the Warner Brothers animated series.
I'm not sure if that's canonical.
But yeah, we need henchmen too, because we need somebody to learn from the mad scientists. They are progressing technology incredibly fast, and most henchmen are actually college graduates. So.
And
are they really? Where are you getting these statistics?
Also, the animated series is canonical, because if it weren't, then Harley Quinn wouldn't be canonical, but Harley Quinn is very much canonical in just about everything.
Are you saying they can't introduce a character on one platform, and then reintroduce the character on another, and call that one canonical.
I'm saying that
Isn't that
the
what
original
happened
source.
I mean, that's kind of what happened in Noah, isn't it?
I'm saying that the original source text, like text for Noah, is still technically canonical within even the Noatic flood situation, even though the names are different. But in this one,
So wait, you're saying the Epic of Gilgamesh is canonical to the Bible?
it is in the fact that
This
this
is your
is talking
argument to
about.
make.
This is talking about. Thrayle, this is talking about a Babylonian flood myth. Like, regardless of what you're, which flavor of text you're reading from, right? It's still talking about a specific event. Whether or not that event actually happened or not is irrelevant, but it's talking about a specific event that all of them are recording.
So as we proved, revenge is necessary.
I totally... wait a minute. Was this a debate you just think you won?
Yes.
Kick him from the panel.
I feel a wave of confirmation bias from the lower boxes. Thank you, Philly, for being here.
Don't group me with Slippy.
That's true. Just he's louder.
Wait,
Pattern-seeking behavior has already.
If Slippy was debating, does that mean that you were also debating, bro?
No, I was pretty sure I might have debated a little bit.
You may have been debated at, which caused you to have to debate in response, just to kind of, I'm giving you an out here.
Look, all I know is that if Bruce Wayne has all that money, why is he spending all of his time beating up these disenfranchised henchmen that he could be creating social programs to help so that they wouldn't be henchmen, and then Joker wouldn't have a big old army to, send wave after wave.
That would always happen regardless of what Batman did.
Just why?
Because in place whenever
aren't most of the villains within the Batman story created by his actions?
Not all of them.
Except Joker, perhaps.
Joker was the one, probably the closest one that was actually him and Harvey Dent were probably the only ones that were actually caused directly by his actions. The others are caused by other actions.
And in some cases, the economic disparities amongst the citizens of Gotham. Right?
Yeah, but
the things that could have been helped by better social programs implemented by the Wayne family fortune.
But even
I'm just saying, he could have probably fixed some of the problems before they started.
But even if the social programs are in place, the inevitability of henchmen being something to draw from is always going to happen in a society where capital is to be had.
I feel like Hammy's debating.
No,
I'm
just
being debated at.
Correcting.
This is definitely being debated at. Correcting. Oh, I see.
Correcting.
Are you...
look, it's actually on par for me to be correcting every now and then.
Well, thank you for incorrecting me, but yeah, you're chasing off literally everybody. Look, there goes Candace now, too.
Look, but the thing is we went from 30 some odd to 50 some odd.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think that just might be the time of day.
It could be.
It could. It's feeling more and more inevitable that we're going to have to do the bad poem thing.
Yeah, and it's getting that time of morning for you.
And I feel like Hazel probably had more pertinent questions than Batman.
Oh, okay. Well, let me think of them. Yeah.
While Hazel is thinking of them,
Well, I'm
did you ever
sorry. I
email
don't
my friend?
email your friend. You're gonna have to
I did
remind me
not.
what.
I
Oh,
forgot.
hang on.
I have to do that. Yes, I'm so overwhelmed sometimes that I forget to do things like that.
Yeah, that's why I thought while we had the questioner up, I'd ask.
I'm actually very excited to get in contact with him. I just don't know when.
Yeah, and with you,
Is it that?
It can be. I think that I tend to try to be as just as I possibly can be. But I don't know. I would be a fool to say that I constantly do what is just.
Do you think justice is working without human what's the word? Like involvement?
I think that this is very subjective because I think that when certain things happen, even naturalistically to somebody, I'll take a very kind of personal thing here. For me, my dad, for instance, he was selling his motorcycle and it got stolen. And while he didn't actually do anything to them, bad things happened to them, and he felt like it was as if justice was being served. And the things that would happen to them didn't have human involvement at all. And so I think that to say that humans need to be involved with justice, I don't know if I would necessarily agree to it, but I think that there are times whenever humans can be involved.
Would you consider the action of your father determining, or like not determining, but calling that justice as human involvement?
I feel like his interpretation of it being justice is about as human involvement as it gets. I think that him seeing a natural occurrence happening to someone that gave that person a negative effect because they did something negative to him, I think him seeing it as justice is just his interpretation, or his feelings on it, but like the act themselves.
Can justice exist without empathy?
Sorry, I'm thinking.
Take your time, actually. Thank you for thinking.
Oh, we're losing Slippy. Appreciate you, Slippy, for being here. Thank you for asking great questions. We're losing everybody, actually. I mean, not just the audience, but my
Poem?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a poem there. It's gonna do poemy things, like poems do.
Is it poemy enough for you to want to read it?
It's gonna have to be. It is what it is, I think.
I understand that, especially with the sleepiness of the Thrayle.
Well, we're gonna be back here to do this again in about.
I may either be here, or I may be watching a Star Trek, or I may be watching D&D.
A Star Trek? Which Star Trek?
I've already went through all of TOS. So I think the next it's going to be Next Generation.
That's the best one. Yeah.
I did enjoy what I did watch of Lower Decks.
Yeah, that's good too. I mean, yeah. This is a Discord conversation. Speaking of, if anybody wants to join this community, see what we get up to behind the scenes between the lives, well, there's a Discord link in the link tree in my bio or in the Batcolyte bio. Either one will take you there. It'll be that first link to get to the Discord, and you'll want to make sure that when you get there, you read the rules. Otherwise, it might look a little lonely. But if you can agree to them, then you should find out that you're not alone. And you can also, in that link tree, make sure that you go subscribe to the Backlight YouTube, where we do, attempt to live stream these over there as well, though to varying degrees of success. Also, the Cash App and the Venmo are in that link tree, and if you want to show your support that way, it is always appreciated. I really do thank everyone who helps that way. It really does make all the difference. And also, want to thank you all for being here. Just for being here. For tapping the screen if you did. For sharing live and reposting. And really big thanks to everybody who helped with the gift goals, including that last one, which I think was almost entirely Amoria. No, there is a list. Hazelnut, Amoria. Actually, big list. Gabby. Thank you to Tex. Also, Base God, Slippy, Philly Red, Inksomnia, and Cat to Witch. A lot of you guys, appreciate you so much for helping with that.
Had to get its words in edgewise.
I had to. I think we're there.
I think we're there.
Yeah, I think we're there. I think all that is really left is that poem. So appreciate you, Hazel, for your questions as always.
Hi, thank you.
Thank you. And Hammy, thank you for bringing your questions. I really appreciate it.
Of course, and
even though you're wrong about Batman, and we'll discuss that later.
No, we will discuss that later.
Appreciate you. I had to get that last word. But yeah, thank you so much, all of you, for being here. I think did I thank everybody who was asleep? Because you guys are awesome too. That's probably where those numbers go, is everyone wakes up and they're like, how am I still here? But I still appreciate you. I think there is only one thing left. The rain on the tin roof insists it is true. Each drop like a doctrine demanding its claim. They rattle their musts as they thunder at you, each patter of promise they swear you must name. But the storm of their certainties fades by degrees, its clamor revealing how hollow it rang. What's left in the hush after dogma decrees is the soft, steady rhythm where real questions hang. For in that dim quiet where answers grow thin, the rain stops insisting and starts to confess. The world may be louder when shouted within, yet gentler in spaces where we dare no less. So let their demands fall like rain if they must. The calm in the chaos is yours to reclaim. Uncertainty whispers a truth you can trust. Not all that is noisy deserves to be named. And on that note, until the next time we meet in darkness and seek wisdom together, I love you all. Take care.